This conference
Hello?
will now be recorded.
Hello, again. So in the last class, we started with the Java introduction, and we have done with the introduction part, like since Java is object-oriented programming. Since Java is object-oriented programming, we have learned about the basic features of object-oriented, like what is object, what is class. So in the last class, we just discussed what is object, what is class. What is an object? A real-time entity which has some features. Like example, I've taken a diagram to elaborate about object. Like if you take a car, how to identify a car? The registration number. The meaning of state is like the properties what we give to the car, like the make, model, color, price, capacity. This state, even we call it as data members or variables or properties or fields or attributes. And for an object, we go with behavior, like the actions what we perform on object. Like if you take car, we can drive the car, we can change gear, we can reverse, we can stop, we can apply brake, like this. This we can even call it as methods or functions or operations. And even we discussed about class. So how to create a class in Java? By using a keyword class. Keyword means a predefined word where your language can understand. Okay, so class and the name of the class. Then open and close curly braces. Then we go with the data members, means variables. Like for a person, what we give? We go with the age of the person, we go with the name of the person, we go with the height of the person. So what is this int, string and float? We call them as data types, means the type of data what we store in these variables. Float means a value with a decimal point. Int means a value without decimal point, a numeric value. String means collection of characters. Then we go with some methods, means the operations, like what a person can do. A person can eat. We write some code inside the method. A person can walk. Now, once we create the class, if I want to access these members outside of class, if I try to access directly, goes with error. Then how to access these members? By creating object. So how to create object? Like this, class name, object name equal to new class name. However, I'll repeat all the words again and again so many times once we enter into object oriented also. So how to create object of class? Class name, object name equal to new class name. In this, P is an object of class person. Now by using this object with the dot operator, now we can give value to age. By using P with the dot operator, we can give value to name. By using P with the dot operator, we can even call the method walk, like this. So the major important point to remember is, whenever we want to access the members of class, what we need to create? Object. Using object with the dot operator, we access. So this point is required for us in order to enter into Java, right? Now, today objective we'll be discussing about Java features. We'll go with Java features. We are having totally 10 important features of Java. We are having what? Totally 10 important features in Java. They are: Java is simple, object oriented, robust, platform independent. This is the major thing to discuss today. Then interpreted, portable, secure, multi-threaded, dynamic, and distributed. So these are the 10 important features of Java. So today the objective is we'll be discussing these features as a overview, and as the days goes on, we'll be discussing more on this later. Now Let us start off with the first feature, simple. Why we call Java is simple here? Because if you are having some background of C or C++ or any programming language, you might have heard the term arrays. So what is the use of arrays? Anyone?
Store the
data.
collection of data.
Yeah, collection of data we call arrays. Whenever you want to collect some elements, we use arrays. So if you are not having any background, don't worry at all. We'll discuss arrays also in our course. Then, once we collect the elements in the form of array, we want to sort the array elements. Sorting means what? Arranging elements in ascending order or descending order. If I want to sort the elements of an array, in the case of C or C++, we need to write around 10 to 15 lines of code. But in the case of Java, we use a predefined class arrays. In Java, we are having a predefined class arrays, which contains a method sort, and to the sort method, we'll just pass the array name. This single line of code, it is going to do the sorting process for your array. In that way, Java code is becoming simple. So why we say Java is simple here? Because Java is simple as it contains lots of APIs. This term is important. API means application programming interfaces. Even we call them as libraries. We call it as what? Libraries. Library means the predefined code, existing code only we call libraries. So this libraries we call APIs. So in Java there are so many predefined classes which makes our task simple. As the days goes on, I'll be showing how to open APIs, how to browse APIs, and how to complete the task using APIs. Even I'll be giving some assignments to you where you need to open API to complete the task. The next one, object oriented. So as I already mentioned in the last class, that is Java is object oriented. Java is object oriented as it supports all the OO features like objects, classes, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. Right? So this is very, very important, and this will take totally 5 days for us to complete using Java technology. Okay. The next important feature is robust. What is robust? What is the synonym of robust? Anyone? Robust means strong. Robust means what? Strong. Let me take an example. Let us suppose if you are typing a document in Microsoft Word, after typing document in Microsoft Word, you want to print the document. When we issue the print command, printer is not connected to your system. Then what is going to happen? Will Microsoft Word will give a message that printer not connected, or will it close the application? What is going to happen? Message or close? What do you get? Message, right? We get the message. Okay, it won't close the application automatically. It won't close application what? Automatically. So when we issue the print command in Microsoft Word, if the printer is not connected, it is going to display the message what went wrong. That is printer not connected. Means if any abnormal situation occurs during runtime of your application, like example printer not connected, the application should give proper message to the user what went wrong. Should not close the applications automatically. Such type of applications only we call robust applications. And how to develop applications robust in Java is, in Java, we can develop robust applications. In Java, we can develop robust applications using exception handling. using what? Exception handling. Okay. So in Java, what we can do, we can develop robust applications using which concept? Exception handling. This is very, very important one. Exception means a runtime error. Once runtime error occurs, the application will get terminated. To avoid that abnormal termination only, we go for exception handling. The next one, platform independent. The next one, platform independent. Platform means operating system. Platform means what? Operating system. And what is this platform independent? Means if you write a Java program on Windows, and if you take the same Java program on Linux or Mac, we can able to run directly. That's the meaning of platform independent. Let me elaborate more on this using a diagram. Right? Let me elaborate more on this using a diagram. This is very, very important for the next class. Platform independent. Now, so what is this platform independent? A Java program can run on any platform, means any operating system. We can even say that a Java program is write once, run anywhere. Means for write the program on one operating system, you can run it on any other operating system. Now, first of all, what is a Java program? A Java program is a collection of classes. What makes a Java program? It is what? It is a collection of classes. Like example, if you take a Java program like extract Java, the extension what we give to a Java program is .java. And the programs whatever we are going to write, we call it as source code. The programs what we write, we call it as what? Source code. Now, in this source code extract Java, let us go with some classes, because a Java program is what? It's a collection of classes. And how to create a class? I said we have to use a keyword class and the name of the class. Class is a keyword and some class name, X, Y, Z, anything. Then open and close curly braces means the class begins at open curly brace and ends at closing curly brace. Like that, let us go with some classes here. So we are going with 3 classes here. Now, so here in this extract Java, we have created totally 3 classes. Whatever the source code we have created, this source code is not understood by your operating system directly. This source code is not understood by your operating system directly. Right? So in order to make it understandable, what we need to do is we need to translate into an operating system understandable format. That translation process we call it as compilation. So the translation process what we call compilation. So to compile to compile, what we need to do is it were command prompt or terminal. In the case of Windows operating system, we say command prompt. In the case of Linux or Mac, we say terminal. So whatever it may be, at your command prompt or terminal, we use a command javac. We use a command javac. So how to get this command on our operating system? When we download and install Java, then we can start using this command. Okay, how to do that we'll be discussing in the next class. Okay. Now, once we use the command javac, to this we have to pass our name of the source code file. We have to pass the name of the source code file like extract.java. Now, in this extract.java, how many classes are there? Please interact here. In this extract.java, how many classes are there?
3 classes.
3 classes, right? We are having 3 classes. Depends on the number of classes. Depends on the number of classes, that many doc class files will be created. So here it's going to creates a dot class, b dot class, and c dot class. What it's going to do? It's going to create what? A dot class, b dot class, and c dot class. Then these dot class files are called as byte codes. Very important terminology. The dot class files, we call it as byte codes. Right? Okay, very important term. Then these byte codes are platform independent. These bytecodes are what? Platform independent. So what makes Java platform independent means we should say what? Bytecodes. If you write a Java source code file on Windows and once we compile it, we get the dockless files, and these dockless files can be used in any operating system. That's the meaning of platform independent here. Now, once we compile, we have to see the result of our application, the output of our program. So to see the result, we have to run our application. Okay. Then, to run a Java program, at least one class, means minimum one class, at least one class should contain main method. At least one class should contain main method. Why main method? Main method is the entry point to run a Java program. Main method is what? It is the entry point to run a Java program. So here in class A, let us go with main method. In class B also, let us go with main method. So don't worry too much on terminologies. I'll be discussing everything again in proper. What is method, what is variable, what is class, everything we rediscuss again and again so many times. Okay. So here in class A we are going with main method. In class B also we are going with main method. Method means some collection of statements to perform a task. Now, very important point. Many people don't know this point properly. That is, we can run only dot class files. We can run only dot class files which contains main method. We can run what? Only the dot class files which contains main method. Then how to run? To run at your command prompt or terminal. We use a command Java, and we'll go with the option like Java A. Let me go with all the options. Java A, Java B, Java C, and Java X. Now, so when we say Java X, what is going to happen? When we say Java X, what is going to happen?
It's going to execute all the classes, I think, that are available.
but there should be only one entry point, right? The
Okay.
entry point should be only one, main. So which class will get executed here? See the point here. We can run only doc class files. So for X, do you have any doc class file here?
A or B.
For X, do you have any doc class
Only X
file?
will be right.
For X, do you have any doc class file created? No, right? It is only the name of the source code file, but there is no doc class file. So what is going to happen here is it goes with error, and the message is no class definition found. There is no doc class file for X. Here it's only the name of the source code file. When you say javac, what is going to happen?
Error.
Error. Because we are having doc class file, but in C class, do you have any main method? No. Do you have any main method here? No. So what is going to happen? Again, it goes with error, and the message is no main method found. Now, when we say Java B, is the condition satisfied? Yes. It's having a doc class file and even it contains main method. Then what is going to happen? Runs the program from B class main method. The entry point will become B class main method. And when we say Java A, runs the program from A class main method. Runs the program from A class main method. So means when we use Java A, it will go to main method of A class. When we say Java B, the entry point will be B class main method. So however, I'll discuss all these parts practically to you in the next class. I'll show everything practically. Right? So any questions, anyone up to here? So the people who have joined late, I'm going to discuss at the end. Okay. Now, the next feature is in this one, javac command is a compiler and Java command is an interpreter. So what is the difference? Both are translators only. Both are going to translate our programs into machine understandable format. So the difference is compiler means at a time. It is going to convert our source code into byte code at a time. Interpreter means line by line. It's going to execute our byte code line by line. So the universal difference between compiler and interpreter is compiler means at a time, interpreter means line by line. So what is this one is Java command is an interpreter. What is the role of Java interpreter is Java interpreter executes the byte code line by line. Let me even document about javac. Javac command is a compiler and Java compiler converts Java source code into byte code at a time. About the compiler, I'll be showing practically in the next class. About interpreter, we'll be understanding this line by line concept when we come to exception handling. The next feature is portable. When you take C or C++, if you are not having any background, no worries at all. Don't worry. So when we take C or C++, what is size of integer data type? Any idea? Anyone? What is size of integer data type?
2.
2 bytes, right? It occupies 2 bytes. How much memory it is going to use for integer data type? 2 bytes on 32-bit operating system, 4 bytes on 64-bit operating system. It's going to occupy what? 2 bytes on 32-bit, 4 bytes on 64-bit. If you write a C language program on 32-bit, and if you take the same program to 64-bit, then there may be a chance of getting memory issues because the size is differing. That's the reason we say C and C++ are not highly portable. Coming to Java, size of integer data type is 4 bytes. 4 bytes on 32-bit or even 64-bit. So whatever the operating system it may be, the size remains same. That's the reason we say Java is what? Portable. So more about sizes, everything we discuss when we come to basics part of Java. So we can say Java is portable since the size of respective data types is same on all platforms, on all operating systems. So more about data types, what are their sizes, I'll be discussing when we come to basics part. So next week, next class will be on Monday. So Monday I'll be showing how to download and install Java and we'll be developing. And from Tuesday we'll be starting off with basics part. There we'll be discussing about data types. Coming to the next one, secure. Coming to the next one, what? Secure. There. Again here, when we take C or C++, here we are having a definition called as pointer. A pointer is a variable which contains the address of another variable. What is a pointer? It is a variable which contains what? Address of another variable. Like example, if you take a variable n whose value is 10, then what is going to happen is it's going to allocate memory for n variable whose value is 10. Let us suppose the address of this memory location is some 100. We are just assuming the address of this memory location is some 100. Now we want to take this address and store it into some other variable. How to do it in C or C++ is we do like this. We take and n. When we write and n, this is going to give address of n variable. It's going to give address of n variable. This address we want to store it into some other variable. Then we have to make it like a pointer. For pointer we use star symbol. That means here p is a pointer. P is a pointer pointing to this memory location. Now by using this pointer, we can go to this memory location and we can even change the value also. Means by using pointer, we can go to any address and we can even change the values of that address. Means by using pointers, we can go to any memory space and we can even corrupt also. We can even corrupt it also. That's the reason C and C++ are used for virus or antivirus applications. But coming to Java, Java is for business applications. That's the reason in Java they have removed pointers. In Java, no pointers at all for programmers because pointers violate security. I can go to any space and corrupt also. So in Java, there are no pointers. So if you are not having any background of pointers also, don't worry at all because however in Java, no support of pointers. Java is secure as Java does not support pointers, as pointers violate security. No pointers in Java. That is the final conclusion we need to remember. Next feature, multi-threaded. So what is multitasking? Multitasking means opening multiple applications. Like in my case, I have opened browser, notepad, paint, GoToMeeting like that. So we are listening to the songs and doing some typing work in Microsoft Word. Means we are able to open multiple applications. Then what is a thread? Thread is like a task what we do inside one a small process, a small task what we do inside one task. Like example, if you take this GoToMeeting, in this GoToMeeting, I can show my screen, it's a thread. I can record the class, it's a thread. I can speak with you, it's a thread. If you take Gmail, Gmail is a task. Inside, I can able to open multiple compose windows. Every compose window what we open, it's a thread. The attachments what we do inside compose, that is also threads only. When one attachment is going on, I can even attach one more. And when attachments are going on, we can even type the subject and body of message. Because compose message is thread, attachments are also thread. The advantage what we get is performance. So you can define like a thread is a lightweight process under execution within a process. So if you take Gmail as process, the lightweight process are like chat windows, attachments, compose messages. Then multi-threading is used to increase the performance of application. Okay, so when we come to the topic multi-threading in Java, we'll be discussing more on this, and we'll even see how to increase performance of application. The next feature, dynamic. So when we take C or C++, again, memory allocation for arrays or objects is done during compile time only. But in the case of Java, memory allocation happens during runtime. You can say memory allocation for arrays, objects is done during runtime. Runtime means dynamic. And one more good feature of Java is automatic garbage collection. Java is what? Automatic garbage collection means our work in Java is to allocate memory only. This allocation of memory is taken care by Java. So as the days goes on, we'll be understanding more of these words again. The last feature, distributed. The use of going for distributed applications is distributed applications are used for the purpose of exchanging data from one application to another application. So application to application communication only we call distributed. The good example on this is if you take Amazon, or Flipkart, anything. So once we add the products into the cart, we want to do the payment process. So what are the different ways of doing payment process in the case of Amazon or Flipkart? What are the different ways of doing payment?
Online payment, cash on delivery.
Right. So we can go for any online payment like credit card, debit card, net banking, UPIs, like that. Let us suppose if I choose net banking, and under that if I choose Citibank, then from your Amazon, will it redirect to Citibank website? Have you observed that? The bank what you have chosen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, right? So it's going to ask the credentials of the respective bank, right? So that means your Amazon and that respective bank are communicating. So that communications process we do by using those only we call distributed applications. Application to application only we call distributed. Got it? The meaning of distributed?
Yes.
Right? So more about this we'll be discussing in future. How to develop distributed applications in Java. Right? So what are the features we discussed today? All theoretical words today. Right. We have seen about Java features where Java is simple, object oriented, robust, platform independent. So before you join the next class, please recap platform independent and join. That is important for next class, this one. Then interpreted, portable, secure, multi-threaded, dynamic and distributed. And in the next class, we'll be going with how to download Java and install Java, and we'll even develop a Java application at command prompt. Okay. So before we wind up, again I'm repeating, the classes will be from Monday to Friday. The classes will be Monday to Friday, okay, at 7 p.m. IST. At 7 p.m. IST, and the class will go for maximum 1 hour. Okay. So whatever the GoToMeeting link you are having, you can use the same link to join for next week also. For next week also, the GoToMeeting link will remain same. The next class will be on Monday. Okay.